People of the Interbuts, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, as always, Murpho, and I am here reviewing the E3 2017 press conference for Ubisoft, however you might pronounce it. I believe it's Ubisoft or Ubisoft. I don't know, one or the other. Anyway, that just went all down about an hour ago. It just wrapped up for me. I am shooting this right now in a reaction. They had a lot of stuff, so let's get straight to it. Ubisoft, they killed it this year. They always seem to kill it. The games never always seem to pan out, but they seem to be really good at presentations. Is that what they did here? It's the first year that they didn't have Aisha Tyler as their master of ceremonies in a long time. But they actually had Yves Guillemot, the whole CEO of Ubisoft, as the presenter, which was good. They started things off with the announcement that we've all were believed to have happened, which was the Mario and Rabbids crossover game. And the basic story for that is that the Rabbids have infiltrated the Mushroom Kingdom and caused chaos. There are a select few Rabbids who are good-natured Rabbids, who enjoy their fair share of mischief, but want to help Mario, Peach, Yoshi, Luigi, and the gang all take back the Mushroom Kingdom and set things right. You start around just walking around in a line with your party as if it was like a regular Mario game, and then when it gets into battle, it goes straight into RTS mode and becomes like an XCOM kind of game where you have to strategically maneuver the Mario gang and the Rabbids around, and they each have different abilities with their own little like guns, like not like guns, but like almost like ray gun kind of things. So it's very interesting. It'll be nice to see how the Mushroom Kingdom stuff and the Rabbid stuff plays together well. Seems like it'll be good. There was some good like banter, like more like a physical kind of like banter and comedy between the Rabbids and like say Princess Peach, and then there's a giant rabbit that comes in as Donkey Kong. Rabbid like tries to offer it a banana and it yells at them. So it's pretty entertaining. I think it'll be cool. That's a huge get for Ubisoft and might be able to draw some more third-party support for Nintendo. That's a huge get for Nintendo as well. We also got the debut of The Crew 2, which I don't really know what to make of it. It seems cool. It's got beautiful recreations of San Francisco and New York, and I think they said there's another couple cities, plus there's off-road stuff. You can race in street cars, and I believe it was like stock cars, F1 cars, boats, dirt bikes, ATVs, other off-road vehicles, and in planes through the cities, and it all looks beautiful. It just doesn't seem like there's any kind of, either I wasn't paying attention and missed it, but it didn't seem like there was any kind of story to it at all. So it'll be interesting to see what that's going to be like. If it's just flying around and racing, I don't know if it's going to hold people's attentions. I will say, again, that the environments look beautiful, and the racing itself looks beautiful. Then, of course, we got a trailer for Assassin's Creed Origins, which was just reestablishing that it was Africa. We saw more animals than we did at Microsoft. We saw lions taking down, like, antelope and stuff like that. We saw hyenas, all that good stuff. And then later on, after the press conference over, we got a gameplay demo, and good lord, does the game look beautiful. Looks like it's set up along the Nile. And you will interact with people as you go. For example, you came up to a quest where you found one guy about to punish a slave, potentially put him to death for apparently stealing some gold. The slave claims that he lost it in a shipwreck, so when he was trying to transport them. So your main character then goes on a quest to try and find the gold, and you tell the slave owner, if it turns out he's lying, do with him as you wish, because he was a liar and a thief. But I'm going to go make sure that he was actually telling the truth. You can go swimming throughout the water. You can navigate via boat. You can find treasure under the water. Of course, you got to be careful of crocodiles that are down there. You can use your eagle to scout out not just like towers and locations that take people down, but also find things that you can discover in the world. That's an open world. Of course, there are the sync points, the high towers still that exist. You will be uncovering the map as you find stuff like that, just like previous Assassin's Creed games. The most interesting thing to me, though, about Origins, which I'm most looking forward to, though, is the weapons and the armor are customizable, and they have levels and ranking tiers. They have, or more so, rarity tiers. And you can have weapons that are more for stealth, so maybe like hidden blades or some quick attack items, or just all-out assault, so like a giant pole arm or something, or a huge scythe weapon, or maybe like a bow that shoots 5 arrows at once because you're going to take on a bunch of guys at the same time. And they all have different stat boosts too. Like they showed off this one wooden shield that was an upgrade from the previous shield, where whenever you successfully blocked, it granted you adrenaline, which I guess is going to be a system of how you're going to be able to like use your attacks or fatigue, or maybe it increases your attack damage and stuff like that. And each weapon has different stats, even if they're in the same level. So you'll be able to mix and match. It's got a little bit of RPG, a little bit of customization. Lets players kind of battle, try to defeat enemies or try to gather loot, so that way they can either pick it up off of defeated enemies, or assassinated enemies, or pick it up in by going dungeon crawling and stuff like that. And it seems a lot more in depth than we've ever seen before in an Assassin's Creed game, where more so they were sometimes maybe rewards that you would get through doing the little dungeons that they had, or just buying them from I guess shopkeepers. You can also craft your own items. And also, normally they just had like an attack speed, attack power, maybe a defense rating or something like that, a reload speed if you're using a gun, I guess, in what's the name of the latest Assassin's Creed game, Syndicate. But now it seems like it's even more in depth with the different levels. There's so many different varieties and aesthetic looks, so I'm really excited for that. It looks beautiful. I cannot wait for Assassin's Creed Origins to come. I believe it's coming this October, if I remember correctly. Then we also got this weird, interesting VR thing that Elijah Wood's involved in, where it seems like they're going to try and create this almost movie-like experience in VR, where you'll put on a VR headset and you can do it with a bunch of friends, and I guess you're acting out some sort of horror movie or something, and you're assured, don't worry, this might seem real because it's VR, but it is not. And then that was it. We really didn't see any gameplay or anything, just an announcement that exists. We also saw this game called Atlas something. It was a sci-fi based game where you are flying around in outer space and on planets in starships. There's a story mode attached, and it's going to be very much like a Disney Infinity or a Skylanders or an Amiibo thing, where you have to buy these figures and you buy the upgrades for these things and you put them on a thing and that kind of stuff. I feel like that kind of stuff has kind of gone away and is kind of like an afterthought almost now in the industry, and that fad has come and gone, and I think it's not good for Ubisoft to come in this late in the game. I don't think that game's going to do that well. And then, of course, we also had some Far Cry 5 stuff. We had a nice little trailer, like really quick trailer, where they were singing, oh god, I can't remember the song, but it was basically, Father Seed, I can't remember his first name, in a church with his followers, with his cult. They're singing this song, and he raises like a machine gun to the sky with his cult's version of the American flag behind it. Then you got a little bit of gameplay where you assaulted this group of these members of the cult who were trying to just slaughtering these innocents. You have you can have both AI help and co-op friend help with friends in Far Cry 5, which is awesome. So you can have AIs and friends helping you at the same time. One of the characters is a sniper. She's a gun for hire. She will snipe people. You can send her up to a tower. She will snipe enemies down the ground. You have a dog that will help, and when they attack enemies, they can bring guns back to you. So if you're about to run out of ammo, if you don't like the gun, or that person's got a better gun, stick the dog on them. The dog will bring you the better gun back. You also have this other character who flies in a plane and acts as air support and will actually rain down machine gun and potentially even rocket fire on enemies from the sky. You can also fly the planes yourselves, get into dogfights. And probably the most exciting thing is or the most gruesome, gory thing, but awesome thing, like my jaw literally dropped when I saw it, is you can ride in the tractors, like the farming tractors with the giant, like, blades and scythes that are meant to cut down wheat fields and actually mow people over with that, which is gruesome but awesome at the same time. And so Far Cry 5, from what literally saw of it there, looked pretty awesome. I'm just going to check back really quick. I think I have a tab open. We also saw some South Park stuff. The South Park The Fractured But Whole, which is finally going to be coming out this year. We saw a trailer where Wendy is also a superhero called Call Girl, which is hilarious. A little bit more about just the fact that all the friends, all the boys from South Park are divided once again because they couldn't decide on what shared movie universe they wanted all their superheroes to be in. So this big fight erupts, and then you're the new kid. You're once again stuck in the middle trying to resolve all of this. It looks like it's got the classic South Park humor, all the classic South Park in jokes, some ridiculous stuff. Gonna be. It seems like it's gonna be just like Stick of Truth, which was amazing, except with superheroes. So I'm really excited. And then they announced they're going to have a mobile game called Phone Destroyers, which looks like a mobile game of the Stick of Truth, but potentially maybe not with the story as much. It's like cowboys and Indians they play, but you can also pick aliens, all different kinds of random stuff, like random gaming archetypes to play as, shamans. Like they had shamans, they had clerics, and it was like token dancing around in a pentagram and everything. It just looks hilarious. I don't know if it's going to be any good because mobile games can be fun, but they're normally toned down. So I don't know if it's just going to be battle combat, if there's actually going to be a story. We mostly just saw the turn-based battles, so we'll see what that turns out to be. I'm just going to check really quick. Do I have anything? I'm checking to see if I have I did not have the Ubisoft press conference up anymore. I know it came out last. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't forget anything that came out that I am still excited for. But as I look at this right here and double check what else was revealed, the final big reveal, which was huge, was the reveal, the final resurfacing of Beyond Good and Evil 2. Beyond Good and Evil is still alive. It is still a thing, and it is coming out. No release date was given, so we don't know how far off this is, but we got a new cinematic trailer. The game is set before the birth of Jade, the protagonist from the first Good and Evil game. And it looks like it's going to be, it's apparently about a multicultural society set in outer space, a separate solar system, and it looks like there's going to be like space pirates and stuff like that. One of the main characters is an ape character, anthropomorphic ape. We got a couple of human characters. There was this chase scene in the skies of this beautiful city. Like the locales look amazing, and it was very similar. It felt like the Fifth Element chase scene in New York City because they were fleeing cops and everything and all that, and it was really awesome. Looked beautiful, and when they brought out the executive director, I think it was, and one of the other game leads, and they were like practically in tears, sobbing, so happy that they've finally been able to, that like Eves and Ubisoft stuck with them and let them keep working on this project. They finally have something and that they're going to be bringing it soon, and that's what closed off the show. I just want to check real quick in case, oh, that's what I forgot. Another huge game that got announced was the Starlink Battle for Atlas was the sci-fi game, shooter game, by the way. But Skull and Bones, which is a new Pirates game, which is going to give Sea of Thieves a run for its money. It is a pirate sailing game, which looks like it took its mechanics straight from Assassin's Creed for Black Flag, which is what people have been asking for years. It was like, Black Flag was so good, give us a pirate game like this. So they are giving you a pirate game. However, it does seem, compared to Sea of Thieves, a little bare bones, pardon the pun. Sea of Thieves allows you to go onto the water, explore shipwrecks, go and board other enemy ships to actually fight on the enemy ships, go onto land and do that. It looks like, from what we saw right now of Skull and Bones is strictly a sailing and naval battle simulation game or video game, not so much simulation game, where you will create a pirate crew, create a fleet with your friends of pirate crews. And you will go ahead and you will try to raid other merchant ships and compete in PvP matches against other fleets to try and collect the most loot. But it looks like all you're doing is you're sailing to these ships. It still looks amazing. Graphics, much more realistic and beautiful than Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves has its own kind of stylistic beauty, but Skull and Bones is much more realistic along the lines of, say, Black Flag. You basically will do battle. There are different ships. You've got the Man of War, which pirate hunters normally have, which means when you see them, you got to get the hell out of the game and escape the game mode. You've got frigates, you've got schooners, and they all have different like advantages and disadvantages. For example, the schooner is fast, is better, but not heavily armored, better at getting away and firing from a range, or for ramming people with a battering ram. Frigates are meant to have more firepower, be the more direct attack line. If your friends are in danger, you can sail your ship in front of their line of sight to save them so they can get away. Maybe they're the bigger, stronger ship. Maybe they're the faster ship and you're trying to get away. Maybe that ship has the most amount of loot for your team. But the big disappointment I saw from Skull and Bones, however, is that there is no boarding feature. You can board, but it's an automated process. So you hit like the board button, and this quick like 2 to 5 second scene happens, and then it cuts back to the ship and it says the boarding was successful. You get 50% of the ship's loot, something along those lines. If you sink a ship, then you just go and sail over where it was, and you collect loot from it there. So I'm kind of upset that you don't really get to like do any piratey stuff on shore, or you don't get to fight on actual ships, because I think that would have been really cool. But regardless, Skull and Bones looks awesome. Looks like it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be interesting to see which game between that and Sea of Thieves will actually like grab more of the people looking for a piratey type game. Because it seems like if you're looking for realism, and awesome, intense, realistic naval warfare or naval battles from the pirate age, Skull and Bones is going to be your thing. However, if you want more of a fully well-rounded pirate experience where you're hunting for buried treasure, salvaging from shipwrecks, boarding ships, battling on boarded ships, battling on land, battling on the sea, then you're probably going to want to go with Sea of Thieves. A couple other things that Ubisoft announced was Steep is going to have a expansion or update for the Pyeongchang Olympics. It's an official Olympic product. So basically you're going to get snowboarding events, downhill skiing events, jumping, ski jump events, all with the full-on Pyeongchang Winter Olympics branding and stuff like that. So if you're into the Winter Olympics and all those kinds of sports, that's a really cool thing coming to Steep, which maybe by the time that comes out in December, Steep's price will go down. And then, of course, we got our annual Just Dance trailer, which is, just a bunch of people come out in colored outfits, and one person, I think, came out as a bear or panda or something. They just danced around to music while the crazy Just Dance colors happened in the background. So just to remind everybody, yes, Just Dance is still an annual thing, and there will be another Just Dance this year. So that was Ubisoft. Again, awesome show. Tons of great games. Skull and Bones looks awesome. Beyond Good and Evil 2, if that does continue to move on, looks beautiful, looks great. Looking forward to it. I cannot wait for the South Park game. Intrigued by the South Park mobile game. I am a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and Origins looks like a good turn and change. Looks like it's kept all the good stuff from the original series. It looks like it's gotten rid of the future stuff, so it looks like it's going to be really freaking awesome. I cannot wait. It looks like it's taking the best of the series and getting rid of the worst and putting some improvements in there. So that's going to be great. Far Cry 5 looks awesome. And of course, that huge get with Nintendo for the Mario Rabbids game, which the official title is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So that's all that I have to say about Ubisoft. I think it was a really strong show, right up there, I think, with Microsoft as far as best show our best show of E3 2017 so far. But we still have Sony in a couple of hours, and we still have Nintendo tomorrow, Tuesday morning. So we will see what Sony and Nintendo bring. Normally, the way it usually goes is Ubisoft has a great show, but it almost always comes second to Sony. So we'll see if it happens again this year. That's going to be it for me right for now. Be sure to check out my Twitch. I'm going to try to live stream my reactions to Sony, and then I'm going to stop the stream after the fact and then record my reactions to it as well. So be on the lookout for that. My reactions to the PC gaming show are also up on the channel, so don't forget to get a look at that. Hear everything that happened there and my thoughts and my takes on that. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. The bell button makes you part of the notification squad in case you want to see every time I upload a video. Do not forget about patreon.com/lmurpho. And until I see you all again, thank you once again, and may your game be true.